Hello everybody and a very warm welcome back to the channel. I've had a busy couple of weeks and I've not been able to do much videoing as late as we've been really busy with the estate agencies. I've not had a huge amount of time to concentrate on this. But that said, I'm back today and I'm heading off to film my most ambitious video since rebooting my channel 10 months ago. Now allow me to explain, and please bear with me on this. A couple of weeks ago, we were called by a lovely lady who, along with her husband, have decided after many years to sell their holiday home in Scotland, a very unique home in the form of a converted railway station in a place called Beesdale. So far, so good. But things get even more interesting. Now, not only is it still an operational railway station, I believe it's the second least used public railway station in the UK. If you want to stop here, you need to let the conductor know on the outward journey, and when you're heading back, you have to stick your hand out and request, similar to hailing a cab. Now, you might think having a holiday home around 450 miles away when you live in London is going to be a chore to get to and from. It's an awfully long way to go for a weekend, but the owners have developed a routine of travelling there and back, which is excellent. It went something like this. Thursday night, finish work. You take the Caledonian Sleeper train from Euston to Fort William. From there, you've got about an hour and a half wait, or 2 hours or so, and then you jump on a separate shuttle train which heads to Mallaig on the west coast, taking in some epic scenery. Also, one of which includes the Glenfinnan Viaduct, which is instantly recognisable as it's from the Harry Potter films. It's also the same line used as the Jacobite, which some of you may be more familiar with as the Hogwarts Express. And that's just one of the unique features of this house. In summer, the Jacobite passes through 4 times a day, and during the winter, twice a day, and the season ends in late October, I think around the 27th. But after being dropped off at their house by train, they then get to relax in some of the West Highlands' most picturesque regions and completely switch off. Then, on the return leg, back to Fort William on the Sunday afternoon by train, of course, they take the sleeper home, arriving in Euston at 8 AM the following morning and head straight to work. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds ideal to me, so I'm going to give this a try, but I'm going to condense this into 36 hours, starting from when I head off to meet my youngest son soon at London Bridge. He's coming to help me. I've only got 2.5 hours to take photos and video and gather as much information when I get there before we have to turn around and head back. It's a pretty intense session. So, seeing as this is the most consuming video I've attempted to date, I've enlisted the help of him and our editor, Paul Travers, as well. It's going to be intense, and it's going to be one take on everything, and I've not been to the house before, so I've not really had time to prepare. But here's what I know so far. It's a 2-bedroom, freehold, detached house, essentially. At one end of the platform, you've got the public area, and then the house is at the other, sort of set on its own. The living room is open plan, there's parking, you can access it by road as well. It's on the A830 from Fort William, and it's also walking distance to a secluded stretch of beach, not far, about 15 minutes away. Now, if you're not familiar with the west coast of Scotland, it has got some of the most spectacular white sandy beaches to rival any Caribbean or Mediterranean coastline. The only thing is, the water is a touch cooler. Now, before I get comments about the cost of travel, this is worth noting. I paid £750 for return cabin bunk beds. You can book doubles as well, but if you want to bring the cost down, you can also go into sort of regular seats that lounge and sort of lay a bit flat, I think, but I think it's a bit punishing. But if you were to buy this place and make regular trips, the Caledonian Sleeper's got a really good option where you can block buy 10 tickets in advance for £2,100. This is 1 cabin per trip. What it works out to is £210 per trip. That's £105 per person per trip, which I think is worth thinking about. I'll leave the link for this and everything else you need to know in the description box below, as usual. The price is £235,000, and we're working with a Scottish agency who will take the lead on this. So if you're interested in viewing or making an offer, let me know and I can put you in touch directly. Please leave any other questions or comments you've got in the description box below, and I'll get them answered as quickly as I can. And that's it. That's my roundup sort of taken care of. And just in case you've ever wondered what the unique property company HQ looks like, well, here you go. We've recently purchased a converted boiler room, and we thought this would make a suitable place to deal with the unique properties that we sell and rent from in London. We've still got a fair bit to do, but we're getting there. I'll give you a quick tour before we go. So let's head off. Okay, let me show you around very quickly. That's my desk. We've got a couple more desks on the way, and here we go. This is an old converted boiler room. It's a big space. I think it's about 870 square feet. There's a couple of windows just up there. So this is a subterranean office space, but breakout area. We've got some little spot there for lounging. That's going to be a bit of a breakout area over the back. There's a big store cupboard going in at the back there on the right. And then we've got a little kitchenette and a little loo through there. But this is a work in progress for us as well. So if you've got any comments on this, please let me know what you do if this was your office space and how you would dress it. Right, that's it. We're off. We're done. So coach F is the coach we've been allocated, so we're on our way down to the now. I have to say, the Caledonian Sleeper is really well organised. Everybody knows exactly what's going on. There's a nice buzz about the place. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I've never been on the Sleeper before, nor has Paul and nor has Hugo, so this is a first for all of us. So we're going to try and find our cabin, jump on board, dump our stuff, quick tour of the room, and then head to the club car. We've been advised to get to the club car early so we can get a table, because I think the train is fully booked. So it's going to be fun. Right, so finally on board after a little bit of confusion, me trying to get into the wrong coach and the wrong room, looking at tomorrow's ticket, not today's, but we're on board and into our bunk bed arrangement. Very cosy but very well appointed room, and it's really impressive. I really like it. I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to give a quick guided tour of the room, which won't take long, but give me 2 seconds. There we go. Right. And blackout blind, not much to see here other than the Euston station platform, but we'll be off hopefully in about 20 minutes. We're going to go and find the cabin, the car for food. If I step back a little bit, we've got the little hand basin there, wash hand basin, and then just to my right here we've got a full size, I say full size, we've got a toilet and a shower basically, but it's a separate ensuite. That lifts up the lid up here, and there's your toilet. There we go. And then just up to my right here, shower. And we've got a full size mirror here. We've got the climate controls and the lighting arrangement there. We've got some water there just behind Hugo, who's deciding which bunk he's going to go on tonight, which top or bottom.
Bottom.
Okay, right. And there's the top bunk. So there we have it. So that's the room. We're going to be heading off shortly to grab something to eat and get back and get an early night. Going to turn in for an early night and then wake up in about 419 miles in 10 hours time in Fort William. So I'm looking forward to that. A very good morning, and a lovely morning actually. Really enjoyed last night. It is just gone 7:30 and I'm up, I'm showered, which is an experience I'll talk to you about in a second. But yeah, talking through last night, we had a meal at the club car. We had a pretty basic meal. It was bar food. We had been told to get to the club car, early, as soon as you jumped on the train, because things do sell out quickly, which they did. But we were faffing around taking videos in the room, so we got there a bit later than planned, but that's fine. We had some burger sliders, we had some pizza, Paul had a haggis, and we had drinks, which included one whiskey, and the whole thing came to about £80, which wasn't too bad. So that was nice, and we got back to the room, got in for an early night, and the beds are really comfortable. I was on the top bunk. I don't think I'm designed for top bunks. I was rolling around a little bit. I did wake up a few times, but you know what's to be expected. I don't really care. It just adds to the whole flavour of this trip, which is really turning into something quite magical and quite memorable. So we have, Hugo I think is on the verge of waking up. I have been up already and showered. That was an interesting experience. I did worry that there wasn't going to be any hot water. I had read a few places and seen a couple of YouTube videos where people are moaning a little bit about the fact there's no hot water. It was lovely, it was really warm. An experience trying to shower in a room that's about the size of a cupboard, but again, all adds to the experience, and that was good fun. So that's done. I'm dressed, and I'm going to go and find the club car, find out what's going on for breakfast. We've pre-ordered our breakfast. We did that last night as soon as we got on. We've both gone for the full Scottish experience, so looking forward to that, and I need a coffee. So I'm going to go off and find that. So I've just got off of come out of the bedroom, and I've come out to the other side of the train, which is much lighter. So this is obviously east facing, and this is the first station that I've actually been able to see in the flesh. It's Arduli. I apologise if I pronounced that wrong, but gorgeous, lovely setting, and the mist rolling in over the top of the hills there. It's really nice. Right, hello, welcome back to the cabin, and we've just returned from breakfast, which was absolutely lovely, and we have just sat in around 2 hours and looked at some of the most spectacular, breathtaking scenery I think I've ever seen in my entire life. What an experience. I'd wholeheartedly recommend this. When the owners contacted me and said that when you take this property on, they recommend doing the sleeper train to get up here to take the details, I'm so pleased I took their advice, because it's just something else. So we've got about 10 minutes until we arrive at Fort William, and we've got another hour or so wait till we get the train to get to Beesdale to take the property details of the house that we're taking on. So next leg coming up, and yeah, we'll see you shortly. Right, that's the Caledonian Sleeper done and dusted. We've just had a quick explore around Fort William. We're now just having a quick coffee stop at the side of Loch Linnig. Apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly. Next is a quick walk to the station, jumping on the train, and head off to Beesdale, where we'll be taking the details of the new listing. Right, we've just arrived at Beesdale, and I have to say this is probably one of the most unique assignments I've ever had. So we've arrived. You can just about see behind me there's a single track that takes you to the station. I'm going to flip the camera around now, and I'm going to do a walk around. Now I should just point out I haven't had a chance to open up all the shutters. Basically the train to get us here, or our train to get us here, was delayed, and we've now got 2 hours to get the photography, the video and everything done, and it takes quite a long time to secure everything, so I haven't been able to open all the shutters, but you will definitely get the gist. Now, first things first, this place is absolutely pin drop quiet. There is a road here. I've seen a couple of cars, and one right on cue just coming past now, but apart from the odd car, all I can hear is a stream running, which is just on the other side of the track here. I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to go for a walk. You'll probably see Paul and Hugo on your journey, but just if you can just see, just beyond the track there, that way is to Fort William, and this way is, well, to Mallaig, and it's this is what I'm still finding really weird to get my head around, is the fact that this is your house, but you can just call out for a stop for a station, and we have got the next train here, if you want to go to Glasgow Queen Street, is at just before 4:30. It's a request stop. And now, I think from what the owners were saying, the situation is this. I guess this bit here is the public side of things. Beyond here, just up to the gate up there, just past Paul, that's the house. That is the little station master's cottage that's been converted into a holiday home. The current owners have had it for quite some time. They refurbished it. That is the entrance to the public platform and shelter here. So it is immaculately well kept, and also one thing I should add, is this journey's been made all the more enjoyable by ScotRail, and the people at ScotRail from start to finish have been so helpful and really into the whole Harry Potter thing, because they stopped, or sorry, they didn't stop, sorry, they as we got to the viaduct, they slowed the train right down so you could get a good vantage point and take some pictures and video. There was lots of tourists on there, which was nice. So this, as I said, is a request stop. So you have to tell the conductor when you get on the train that you want to stop at Beesdale, and you just have to remind them that which particular train you would like. There's, I think, three stops a day here, right? And we're going to be back on the train just after 4 o'clock to head back to Fort William and then jump on the Sleeper. Right, so that's the front door, and here's the side or front entrance, if you like, and then just here is the road. But super quiet, and there's parking here as well. I believe this spot here is for the house. You get a good 2 or 3 cars in there. Right, let's head inside. Now, this is literally, I've just got here and just opened up the doors and the shutters. I haven't had a proper poke around, so you're seeing this for the first time with me. So I'm going to start in this room. This is one of the bedrooms. So you've got a door out to the platform here from this bedroom. Window to side. And this cute little sink on the wall. That's quite sweet. It's carpeted in the bedrooms, and you've got hardwood flooring in the hallway, which continues, I believe, let me just double check, through to the living area, which we'll go into shortly. Yes, it does. Good ceiling height in here, and you've got a skylight just above the front door as you walk in. And the bathroom, nice sized bathroom. I haven't had a chance to get the shutters open, but you've got a decent size room, bath in the corner. Loo tucked away behind the door. Lino floor, and there's good ceiling height everywhere actually, I have to say. It's probably, I reckon, a good 12 feet actually in all the rooms from what it looks like. This is bedroom number 2. There's no power because the owners have secured it for winter now. This is bedroom number 2, and painted hardwood flooring in here. And then got a bit of storage just along your right hand side, a fuse board, meter cupboards in there, and then into the main open plan living space with even better ceiling height. This room is fab. You've got tongue and groove ceiling up there, vaulted ceiling, a couple of 3 skylights. You can probably hear from my voice, it's very echoey. It's a really good sized room. Kitchen on one side. So what have we got? We've got a standalone oven with electric hob. I would imagine, given the nature of the remoteness of this place, it's all electric, and I would imagine, I need to check with the owners, but I would imagine this is all on a drainage, cess drainage here, and there's that original Beesdale sign on the wall. Hardwood work surfaces, a couple of shelves. There's a dishwasher here, there's a Bosch dishwasher. Little fridge. Another door, it's a stable door that opens out to the platform again. Haven't opened the shutters. Open the shutter for that particular window. And there, over there in that recessed fireplace is a glorious, big, hard coal wood burner. Get that thing going in the middle of winter. I mean, it's quite chilly. I think it was about 4 degrees on the way up, but there we go. That's the living room. And if we push just round the corner here, we've got a little utility room, which is really sweet. I've opened up the window, or the shutter for this particular window, but we've got a separate loo here, a guest loo, and the washing machine, and a sink here. Another door that opens out to the side. Electric heater and terracotta tiled floors, and just above there is a little hatch, bit of storage, loft storage up there. And last but not least, cupboard with your water tank in it. Yeah, a lagged cylinder, big one actually. So there is the converted station at Beesdale. Beesdale Station then, so that takes care of the tour. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a lovely, charming little house. It worked well as a weekend home, and as I explained in the intro to this, the owners had got into the habit of doing this journey which took them from Euston on the Sleeper to Fort William, and then a couple of stops. It's about an hour from Fort William on the train to Beesdale. Stop here for a weekend, completely tranquil, quiet, serene weekend here. Loads to do if you're into nature and just enjoy it, or it would actually work well as a really good holiday let investment. I think the Jacobite thing is going to be a big draw if you are minded to. The Jacobite is the, as you may or may not know, but the Jacobite Express is the train from the Harry Potter, basically the Hogwarts Express. And that leaves Fort William and passes through this station during the summer twice a day each way, and once a day each way in the winter season, which closes around the 27th of October. So basically you get the opportunity to stop and watch the Jacobite passing through this station daily, which I'd imagine doesn't really get boring, especially if you are looking to rent this out, and it could be a nice feature to anybody that wants to rent this for a long weekend. The journey here was really straightforward, very easy, and I'd happily do this again actually. But if you were, I mean, I think from Google Maps, I think it's around about a 10-hour drive from London if you're interested, obviously factoring in traffic. And you could fly here, I think the airport, I would need to double check, and I'll put the information in the description below, but I believe you can fly to Inverness and then you just would like maybe hire a car. But from here you can get the train to other parts of Scotland. I'll leave all the links to the other destinations that takes you. But what an interesting, unique house to own, enjoy, occupy, whatever you feel like doing. It's a really special place. I've only been here now, what, 20 minutes, and I like it a lot. Right, that's me done and dusted for the whole video. I've got the film, I've got the point of view tour, I've got the photography, everything I've got lined up, and we'll get the property live and listed. I'm standing on a very chilly now Beesdale platform. The sun's gone down, waiting for a train which I've got to request for it to stop, get back to Fort William, get back to Euston on the overnight sleeper, and that's us done. It's been a really enjoyable 24 hours. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. It doesn't really feel like work, but there you go. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next tour. Take care until next time.